Good morning. It is Monday, February 6th, 2024. My name is Jason Allen. I'm a real estate planner and realtor based in Palm Springs, California. Palm Springs is one of 9 cities in the Coachella Valley. I'm about to do a Monday market update for you. I focus on 4 different cities each month. Each week I do a different city. This week it is Palm Springs. Give me just a moment. I'll share my screen with you. So it's my custom to start with Desert Dynamics. This is a proprietary service that my multiple listing service or my association uses to crunch our numbers. There are other sources, and sometimes the data doesn't always align. I say that sort of to understand that it depends on a variety of factors on whether or not a given source to crunch the data is getting all the data from the different places. And sometimes that doesn't happen. Desert Dynamics is who I like to use, though. They tend to be the most reliable. That in Chicago title, but we'll get to that in a moment. So if you've not been here before, I start with single family homes in an area, and then I cut over to condos. Unit sales. Now, this is always a comparison of the most recently finished month with the previous year. Unfortunately, we're only on the 4th and we had a weekend in here. So all of this data is going to be the same as what I did last month, but that's okay. If you watched last month, go ahead and tune out. If you didn't, you're getting it live here. Unit sales, 17. So down a bit from December of 2022. Median sales price down a tick from December of 2022 at $949. Median sales price is the house right in the middle. So of 17, the house that sold that was right in the middle, half were above that, $949, half were below that. Inventory is up 15% over December of 2022. Days on market, 68. So this is up significantly from last year. We're slowly transforming, if you will, back into a pre-pandemic model. Sales to list price, almost 95 to 96%. That's down slightly. And what this means is for those, on average, those folks who put their property on the market would have gotten about 96% of that original list price. Now, here's the thing. I always jump down here to look at this number. So the sales above the list price, 35.3. So a full third, a little more than a full third of our homes, single family dwellings, went over asking. So the 95% doesn't apply to them, but because this is an average, you see where a number of homes sold lower than 95%. And as a consequence, we balance out to about this 95.5. Same holds true with respect to those houses that took at least one price reduction. 90.3, so basically 90% of the original list price. And that's up 1.5% over December of 2022. Month supply of inventory, we're close to 6 months. 6 months is what we consider a balanced market. Now, I can speak to this because we are seeing a number of single family dwellings that were purchased with the intent of being a vacation rental, and those homeowners are unable to get a permit, so they're putting their house back on the market. So we are seeing the supply of single family dwellings in Palm Springs increase because of that phenomenon. We're also seeing some price reductions for those homes that are on the market in those neighborhoods that are saturated by the number of single or vacation rentals that are there. So, there's a lot going on, and this is where having a local agent makes the most sense, depending on what you're trying to buy. Median sales price, $545 per square foot. That is up significantly year over year. And 24% sold within 30 days, 53% sold within 60 days, 76 sold within 90 days. That means the balance of those 24% are either still on the market, were pulled from the market, were canceled, were expired, were relisted. So jump over to condos. Unit sales, 27. So this is down from 2022. Inventory is up. So interestingly, we just are seeing fewer buyers in the marketplace right now. Median sales price, 496. That is up significantly over a year. Days on market, on average, 54. 97.2% sales to list price. Those that took at least one price reduction saw about 95% of their original price. 22% are going over asking, 4 months supply of inventory, and a median sales price of 378. That's up significantly, or respectably over 2022. And let me go back to month supply, where you see this is 4 months essentially. And then if we jump over to single family homes and we go closer to 5.5 months, we'll round up. We tend to say that 6 months of inventory is a balanced market. And by balanced market, we mean there's enough inventory on the market that sellers don't have complete leverage over a buyer. And there's sufficient inventory that buyers don't have all the leverage when trying to negotiate a purchase. I want to say one other thing about condos here, 33% sold within the first 30 days. Those are going to be the homes that probably got the over asking. This 22% of homes that got over asking, I'm guessing those, right? A house comes on the market that's really well priced. There's more than one buyer that wants it, or a single buyer that just wants to lock it up right away, not let it age out, and possibly miss out on the opportunity. So they're bidding over the asking price. And then we get into those that are closing within 60 days or sold within 60 days. That's probably a house that's priced about right, makes sense. And then we get into these that are 81 days, or excuse me, 81% selling in 9 days. Now that 81% is cumulative, but the point is that that segment that's selling in 9 days, they're the ones that are probably taking a price reduction or just a hit off the original sales price. I'm going to jump over to this chart. This is provided to me by Christian and Shauna Bailey at Chicago Title. I like this little meter here. We're still in a seller's market. This has got to dip way over here before we get into a buyer's market. They also divide up homes or single family homes and condos in this segmented price point bracketing. And if you look at this, you see where all of these price brackets are really holding steady. We've seen a little bit of decline here with the higher end. I say that's probably because of the cost of a loan today. And then if I jump over to condos, you see where actually the more expensive condos are actually doing great. And that can be, as I've said before, people who got priced out of a house in this price bracket or this one and said, you know what, I'm gonna jump over and just buy a nice large condo somewhere. Last thing I'm going to show you, and I don't do this every week, but this is interesting to me. This is mortgage application chart. And you can always find this. Go to Mortgage News Daily, cut over to housing data, and you can see the applications. And it's looking good. So you can zoom in, you can go max, you can go over 10-year, 5-year. This is when people talk about, over the last 10 years, interest rates are historically high, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we zoom into a year, we can see here where this is the interest rate line, this is the mortgage application line, and you can see on a composite basis where these two numbers are playing out as a inverse relationship. As interest rates go up, mortgage applications go down. As interest rates go down, mortgage applications go up. If you follow the media and you watch what's happening with the Federal Reserve, and Federal Reserve's benchmark rate isn't exactly tied to mortgage rates. That's a rate that the banks are using. That's what the federal government requires a bank to pay on an interest rate level for overnight borrowing. But what that does is that impacts the Treasury bill along with other economic data. And the Treasury bill is really what drives our mortgage rates. The Fed has made it very clear they're probably not going to reduce rates at their next meeting in March. My expectation is as the economy gets closer to the 2% ideal inflation rate, we are going to see interest rates drop. That may come in April, May, June. But the moment that does, we're going to look behind us and see where we were at a low point, a recent low point in housing prices and opportunity in this month, in February, in January, February, and March. And I bring all of that up because if you're a buyer and you have the ability to buy a house today with mortgage rates the way they are, or you're paying cash, seize the moment. Whatever market you're in, take advantage of this narrow window. If you're a seller and you can wait, you will, and you come on closer to when those rates are going to go down, you will do better. Now, it's impossible to time a market unless you're extraordinarily lucky. But it's really a matter of, okay, if I'm going to sell my home, where am I going? What am I doing with my money? If it's a paid for condo that was a second home and we're just not using it and we don't need the resources from it right away, my advice would be to wait. If it's you're going to sell your condo or house and then buy another one, don't wait. Don't wait. I mean, unless you wait, you may end up in a situation where you're paying more in a few months, and that's okay with you because, or maybe you're trading down and it's okay that you pay more, but it's going to be a lesser expensive property because it's smaller or something. These are considerations, you want to take now as opposed to like watching the media and just waiting for it to be obvious because that's when everybody's going to jump in. So if this is helpful to you, great. Leave me a comment, do a thumbs up. I get a few thumbs up. Maybe I don't ask for them enough. Give me a thumbs up, leave a comment. I'm happy to respond. You can reach me at 760-325-1900. That is my work cell phone number. And you can call me, leave me a message, text me. Let's connect. I'd be happy to have a conversation with you. Have a fantastic week. Thanks for joining me. And goodbye.